doesn't get much better than this. Got me a beach fire going. Got my berries.
Oh, fuck, my berries!
Tonight, though, I'm at Cannon Beach, which I've been to many a times. Anytime I'm on the coast, it's usually because I'm sad or I just need a place to kind of come back down to earth. Something about like a fire always gets me nice and cozy, nice and vulnerable. I moved to Oregon from Chicago about almost 2 years ago. I was kind of lost where I was at, living downtown, working a job that paid me better than I really could have imagined, but I was super unfulfilled. I moved here and instantly fell in love. It's the first place that ever really felt like home to me. I had been deprived from nature so badly in Chicago. I don't think it's Illinois' fault, but more mine for not setting up my life in a way that I could explore more, or not really knowing myself, I guess, knowing that that's something I really needed, being in nature. You know, I spent some time outdoors when I first moved here. I would go with my brother who lived here at the time. I never really did it as like a hobby of mine. You know, it was kind of like, I really like it and I'll go along. But then my life kind of changed like drastically. I suddenly like lived in Oregon alone. By alone, I mean like with no relationship with anybody that knew me for any longer than what I had lived here. My brother moved away, his partner moved away, and we're all very, very close. My boyfriend and I had broken up a few months earlier than that. So, you know, once my brother and his partner moved, that scared me quite a bit, to be honest. At first it was more like, oh, I've never lived alone before. But then it was like, oh, I've never been without anybody in my immediate life that knew me for a large chunk of my life. It suddenly became like very clear that I had to find myself, I guess. I've never been put in that position before. So fucking long story long, in relief of going into a very dark part of life, I needed an outlet and I needed something that made me feel like whole, I guess. But it was a goal of mine to like try and find a hobby that I could do on my own that wasn't just relax or read. And I never really got around to it. It took me until I really didn't have a choice to do it. I tried a hike. My first one was to I was on Mount Hood. I can't remember what trail. I'll have to look. I went and hiked this trail at night and found the most incredible spot to camp. The view was just like literally out of this world. It was like a very sacred kind of thing for me, I guess, because of just like the joy it gave me and the memory it has, I guess, inside my head. It was gorgeous, and I fell in love, and I realized that I could be alone and I could have fun with myself, you know, and that was a really important thing for me to learn. I think it's important for me personally to document this. When I tried it, when I went to Opal Creek, actually, I had even more fun. I swear to God, like I was like a child in an amusement park, it felt like. I was just enthralled with like the whole trip. I was imaginative again and like curious and I don't know, all these things, and I don't want to get too cheesy or choke up on you, but it was incredible. I figure if it felt like that, then I'm on the track of something good. That's the only thing we have in life to tell us if we're going the right way, I think, personally. So I'm recording these videos and editing them, not necessarily because I want to, you know, make this a full-time thing. It's more because it heightened the experience for me quite a bit. Who the fuck hikes at night?
Are you okay, honey?
Hiking at night is the best. And the reason I think it's the best is because you have to work so hard usually to climb up, right? To climb up to where you're going, to climb up to your destination. It is a fucking trek, always. It takes focus, especially if it's a hard trail. Sometimes I noticed when I would, you know, go on hikes during the day, it's hard to focus because there's so much beauty around you. You're in pain because you're hiking up, out of breath, and it's really hard to stay focused. But at night, all you can see is whatever your light will show you. This light won't show you very much. It'll just show you what you need to see in terms of not dying, you know? Hopefully, so far, at least. Not only that, but at night, it's just so fucking quiet. I mean, on the mountain, It's quiet during the day too, but at night it's like, I can't even describe it. It's like sensory deprivation in a way. I struggle very much with like intrusive thoughts and ADD and not being able to focus, and I have for a lot of my life. It's caused like a lot of problems. It's a blessing and a curse, right? It's been good in many respects and it's been bad in many respects, like everything is, I guess. But because of this place I'm in my life, I felt like focus would help in so many respects. And I felt that many times going through some of this struggle, that man, if I could just stay focused on what I'm thinking and like how I'm feeling, maybe I could like work some things out, but it was really hard for me. But at night on the trail, I could be with me. I could hear my mind and I could know what it was thinking and control kind of the flow of that thought in a way, but also not control it and still be with it, if that makes sense. I could hear it or see it or focus on it. So that's why night hikes to me are so incredible. On top of that, you hike through the night, right? You set up camp, you kind of go through the fucking struggle of doing anything in the dark, and then you wake up to the daylight of wherever it is you found that was already beautiful at night, but then you wake up and see it in the day, and it's like, it's hard to describe, honestly. It's the greatest payoff. I don't know. It's just a lot for me, maybe not for everyone. So that's why I love night hikes. That's why I'm kind of doing it like this. That's why I like to do it the way I do. Always with the slurping of this fucking cup. Doesn't work as good with sangria. I think I'm gonna snack on some berries here and keep drinking mi vino, and then listen to these waves roll in, get some sleeps. By the way, this red sangria next to the fucking beach with a fire, so fucking good.